There seems to be a natural order that we're taking for granted. Every day when we wake up expecting the sun to shine. And we do this 365 days a year. We do this knowing and expecting with confidence. Why? Because there's an order. This order is a universal order, a natural order. But we build around this order. Our days and our societies are all constructed of this order of the universe. Even though they may have life, man himself has free will to live in this order. And because of our free will, mental illness is among the highest of all diseases. Currently, there are 7,607,246,000 people on the planet Earth, which make 7,607,246,000 disorders. In the book of the Bible, Jesus, Yeshua, Emmanuel, he gave the most important answer, the most important mandate, the most important commandment that lies in the Bible. And it says, the most important one is this. Jesus answered, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. So love the Lord with all of your heart, with all of your soul, and with all of your mind, and now with all of your strength. Next is to love your neighbor as yourself. There is no commandment greater than these. Chapter 1, Episode 3, Mental Disorder.
Well, in the beginning, I just thought that, that was weird. I just thought that, everybody had a weird brother or sister or whatever, and it was normal. And, most of the kids that, that I knew or whatever, they weren't like me, and I knew that, and I never fit anywhere. But I was able to navigate and go through all of the crowds or whatever, no problem. Because I understood their, what they were or whatever, and what was important to them. I just didn't agree with it. So I knew I was weird, and I was okay with that. It took a while to be okay with it, but I was okay with it. And I would just kind of keep myself away from people. And, not knowing that, socially, I had problems that I just didn't fit. Like, I literally didn't fit. And not knowing that there was a problem with that. Not knowing that I was already learning to manipulate my surroundings. I was already learning to adapt. I was already learning to act normal. I was already duplicating and mimicking how people feel. Just to survive. Just to not be as weird as, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't understand that that's what I was doing, but that's what I was doing. I was manufacturing this person that I had to be in order to be acceptable to the regular people. And in the process of doing that, I found comfort in the places or the voices or the whatever you want to call them that knew how to do that. I don't even really remember what happened, but I remember that I lost it, and he was trying to stop me. He's trying to hold me down. He's trying to give me a stop. It had something to do with some scissors, and he put me in the closet because he couldn't stop me. And I don't remember being put in the closet. Don't remember the scissors or nothing like that. But when I guess came back or whatever, I was in the closet and I didn't know why. And so I guess I started crying, and he left me in there, and I thought that he was just being a dick. You know what I mean? I thought he was just being an asshole picking on me. And finally, after I calmed down or whatever, he let me out. And he told me that I was, attacking him, trying to be real aggressive with him. And I didn't really remember.
What's up, man? My name is Sin. I welcome you to my world. Sociopath, schizoid tendencies, textbook narcissist, OCD, PTSD, and prone to violence. Come check me out.
I believe trauma starts at an early age. I've learned that even babies can have trauma. When a family is compassionate about a baby, that is holding a baby, that's showing compassion, that's where it can start.
I had done it. I remember feeling such a cluster of emotions. It was physically painful for me. And I couldn't even tell you what made me think of it or what. I used scissors and it hurt and it felt better. Everything went away. You know, it was directly from my girlfriend cheating on me. And, you know, I was very involved with her, extremely in love with her at the time. I always put my feelings when I love somebody, my whole, I put into them. And she hurt me really bad. And that's kind of how I let it go. I don't even know where I was exposed to even think that was a solution. I have no idea. I honestly think I just enjoyed.
My name's Lil Mama, aka Karen. I live in a very dark world. Depression. I'm diagnosed as bipolar. Manic depression, severe anxiety, PTSD, borderline personality disorder. I'm a cutter as well, and welcoming you into my world.
Most people, they have a crisis moment. They have something that really takes what they're dealing with on a day-to-day basis and just makes it, unbearable. It makes it so that, those normal things that they were doing up until that point just aren't working for them anymore, and they're really needing others to help them with what they're going through.
On my way to work one day, I was driving to Austin, and I was on my phone, and I was texting my wife back and forth and stuff, and that feeling of driving there every day, it felt like it was just a constant, I don't know, like a trap that I couldn't get out of, and so here I am driving my Mustang down the road, and all of a sudden I get into this bad accident, and I got T-boned twice. And at that moment I was like, man, I'm gonna die. Like, I was lost. When I hit that concrete barrier and it spun me around, everything in the car just went off, the bags and everything. I felt like I was lost for a while. I just feel like that the car wreck is what put everything in motion, because I was already just in a state of just like, what am I doing? What's my purpose here? And everybody thought that, I had this perfect life, the wife, you got your kids, you got a business, you got the nice car and stuff, you live in a nice house, and it was a piece of me was still missing that I couldn't find it, didn't know where to find it at, and I just had questions. But life went on, so I just kept living life every day. And it finally, when I had the wreck, I think that's what set everything in motion, as far as like, from the doctors diagnosing me with saying you got depression and anxiety and all this other stuff. They said it's stress. Like they said you've held in this stuff for so long and so many years that it finally got to its point to where it busted, and you didn't know how to handle it. So your way of handling it was, I don't want to be here. But it's easy for them to say, oh, okay, you didn't know how to handle it, so your way out was, I want to off myself. But until you experience and been to that place, then, I mean, you don't know. It's hard.
I believe there is an alternate source. One of the things that we look at is not only the spiritual part, the human part, but there is a wholeness that you have to work with an individual. It's the spiritual, it's the physical, it is their social, and we cannot, medical, we cannot leave one thing without the other. Looking at the person as a whole. And I'm not sure if we have looked at as the whole person. We try to deal with the person in components, and we can no longer do that. We have to look at the whole person.
Did I do something? Like, why am I feeling like this now? Like, what happened? Like, did I do something wrong, God, that Satan creeping around now? Like, because I was just fine, I swear, like 2 minutes ago. Just as like last week, me and my wife was in the movies. Everything was good. We was watching the movie. And it was a certain part of, what was we watching? I forgot. But it was a certain part of the movie right before it went off. The spirit came and I was like, I didn't feel good. I started to feel a little sick. I won't think about suicide or anything like that. It was just, I could tell it was there. But up until the end, I was fine. We was chilling, we was enjoying the movie, watching it. And then that motherfucker just showed up. Just out the blue. Just, hey, I'm here. And I was like, fuck, like, where, like, why?
It was overpowering.
Yeah.
I guess controlling. I felt like a puppet. I felt like I don't know, like I couldn't control me. But I couldn't really differentiate. I didn't realize that it wasn't. I didn't know what was happening. I didn't understand it at all. I don't think that I even really learned how to like separate them or anything else until I was in prison. And I had responsibilities. I was somebody. I had people looking out for me, and people were depending on me and all this. And I was supposed to be like a boss or something. So I had to do something. I had to look unshakable. I had to look consistent. I had to be dominant. And so that meant all of the things that were the opposite of that, all of the things that could be perceived as weakness, all the same things that could be perceived as a threat to who I was or who I was supposed to be, they took a back seat. They weren't allowed to talk. And in the process of that, I didn't realize it, but I was slowly like taking the power away from who I really was and giving it to who wanted it. You know what I mean? And from that point on, it just got worse and worse. And I became less and less, I guess, human, less and less empathetic. I had no empathy unless it served my purpose. And next thing you know, I was a monster, and I was like 24/7. It was all about that. It was all about, being the worst, being the best at being the worst. There was nothing, there was really nothing that I wouldn't do. There was like maybe 5 or 6 things that I was completely against, and the rest, it was all negotiable.
I think it was so many different pains. It was hurt. It was loneliness. It was betrayal. I think I couldn't control how I was feeling on the inside, but I could control how I felt on the outside. And to hurt myself, in a sense, I've always said, no one can ever hurt me as much as I hurt myself. And that's where my security blanket lies in, is that I can hurt me more than you can. So I do.